In these days, these rather harsh days, it's not particularly out of the ordinary to suddenly start seeing groups of people immobilize themselves in the need to say something rather big. Now, we often see, perhaps on social media, for example, certain celebrities or popular figures come out and say something that, on principle, is the right thing to say. But in the long run, it simply means that you're hearing somebody say what other people want to hear. If you truly want to make a change, ladies and gentlemen, you have not got to consider what people want, you've got to consider what people need to hear. You've got to uncover a truth that is so easily in plain sight that it would be impossible to ignore it afterwards. What I mean by this, ladies and gentlemen, is that you've got to do something that you were not expecting for people to see. That's how often I've kind of imagined the idea of rebellion coming firsthand. A rebellion does not start and begin and end in the span of 24 hours. A revolution, a rebellion, begins in secret. It begins under the cover of darkness. It begins in the farthest depths of our minds, only because if we lay bare all our intentions and all of our plans, they would become undone instantaneously, because some of these ideas might be so extravagant and so wild and so bizarre that people cannot help to take you seriously. It is only when you have merit, you have weight, you have something to actually back up your ideas, is exactly the moment when people start to take you seriously. Moreover, ladies and gentlemen, in how this relates into very much our day and age, we hear a lot of things that politicians, anthropologists, bankers, scientists propose, but none of them really seem to play into really much of a very strong effect. And what I mean by this, ladies and gentlemen, is that we, of course, run into the problem time and time and time again where people say a lot of things, but a lot of things, unfortunately, do not get done through one reason or another. These reasons could be down to a lack of interest, they are too ambitious for their own good, or simply put, nobody really wants them. It is altogether a very interesting affair, especially when you look into the side of politics, that the only thing that we really want to know, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what we don't want. And one of the great mysteries about the world we live on, ladies and gentlemen, is that we will constantly be told time and time and time again, even if we had the best intentions in the world, nobody would truly listen or hear out our ideas or opinions. So what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is find the right people to listen to us. That is how the rebellion will begin, ladies and gentlemen. That is how revolutions start. We find like-minded people who, like the rest of us, are perhaps upset and tired and cold, miserable and lonesome in the current status quo. If we really want to make a change, ladies and gentlemen, we must start by working with each other. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the root cause to begin a rebellion. We should be learning to work together, ladies and gentlemen, not fight each other. And that is my thought for the day.